Hello, welcome. Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here today as we provide an update on the house fire in the 3100 block of Milton Avenue or Milton Street that occurred on October the 13th last week. It resulted in a tragic loss of life for 2 children in this community. To start things off today, I'd like to go ahead and bring up Fire Chief Clarence Reese Jr.
Thank y'all for being here. October 13th, there was a house fire in the 3100 block of Milton Street, 3115 to be exact. There are a lot of details that we are unaware of, and we're begging and pleading for the public's help on this house fire. There were several people inside of that home when it caught fire. Unfortunately, there were 2 that had to be rescued by the gentleman just to the right of me. Those babies, Danielle and Aaliyah, were taken to the hospital and succumbed from their injuries on yesterday. Both of them had been confirmed deceased. This was an 8-year-old that had just celebrated a birthday on the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. The 4-year-old celebrated a birthday on the 16th. They both had birthdays before and after this fire happened. And these 2 children are no longer with us because of possible multiple reasons, from negligence to, we don't know, from possibly retaliation. There are a lot of things we're unaware of right now. Facebook is talking. We understand the streets are talking. We need some concrete information. If you hearsay, if you saw anything, you smelt anything, we need your information. As the fire chief of the city of Shreveport, this has hit home for me. I've not probably slept in a week trying to investigate this myself, along with our investigators. We need all the help that we can get. Not just for these firefighters that made that rescue, but for the family, for the mother of these children, for those that were inside that home, for the neighbors that saw everything that transpired around 1:35 a.m. in the morning. Looking at some video, these 2 kids were playing outside Sunday morning. They weren't inside on a video game. They were outside playing, twisting and twirling, skipping in the street and in the front yard like little kids would normally do. And a week later, these children are no longer with us. And details, we need them. We're begging and pleading for those details.
Thank you, Chief Reese. At this time, I'd like to bring up Chief Wayne Smith, Shreveport Police Department.
The initial investigations by the fire department of this horrific event has led to believe that what occurred may not have been accidental. It could have been something that was planned that was done. We just don't know at this point. But as a result, the Shreveport Police Department and the Shreveport Fire Department have joined and formed a task force among our top investigators that will be looking at this with a lot more in-depth to find out exactly what has occurred, and if by chance there was negligence involved or some premeditated, pre-planned event that has caused this tragedy, to bring those that are responsible to justice.
Thank you, Chief Smith. For how to provide information in these important updates, I'd like to bring up Mr. Terry McKnight, Crime Stoppers.
Obviously, the information you provide Crime Stoppers is anonymous. You can use our telephone number, 673-7373, our website, or our app, P3 Tips. Any information is crucial. If you have any video, that can be uploaded to P3 Tips, and you will remain anonymous. So there's no detail too small. Like they said, even if you smelt something, give us that information. That'll be shared with the task force, and you will remain anonymous. We're also offering a reward of up to $5,000 to help us resolve this case.
Thank you, Mr. McKnight. Now, on behalf of the City of Shreveport, we'd like to bring up Council Chair and Mayor Pro Tem, Ms. Tabitha Taylor.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just going to reiterate what has already been said. So the Shreveport community, we need your help, and we're calling on you to help us to bring the individuals to justice that has taken the lives of these two young babies. It is never easy and quite emotional when we lose children. Children who are free, you've taken away their lives at a most critical time. It is painful. There are a level of anger and the trauma that our community has to deal with when we lose children. And so if you did this, it is imperative right now that you turn yourself in, because we're going to do everything within our power to find out who you are. And so if you post it on social media, make sure you told the truth. But I need you to take that information and I need you to share it with Crime Stoppers, with SPD, or with SFD, because it's imperative that we bring these individuals to justice.
Thank you. Now, on behalf of Caddo Parish Public Schools, we'd like to bring up Mr. Keith Burton, Superintendent.
Thank you, and to everyone here, thank you for all of your diligent work. I think all of us as a community were shocked. We're not shocked just by this fire, but we're shocked by the loss of the potential of two children. And as Chief Reese said, having a second grader, a child who had just celebrated a birthday, to play just days before, to go to sleep one night, along with her sister, who was a pre-K child, who was 4 years old, went to sleep full of excitement about what the future held for them. And you all, these were not problem children. These were students who had their entire lives in front of them. And because of possible negligence, now their future is gone because families had to make a horrible decision of pulling the plug because of the impact of this act. And so you've heard from all of the government officials. Let's do the right thing with this. Let's come together. Let's be able to be brave, not for the sake of you, but for the sake of these kids, the legacy of what the possibility could have been for these two babies. And let's tell what we know so that we can give relief to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burton. And now finally a word from Ms. Dodie Bell, Caddo Parish School.
I'm Dottie Bell. I am the board member. Everybody been brave except me, I guess. This hurt. It's hurting me. But it hurt me more that we as a community need to get together to bury these babies. They don't have the finance. Those are angels. They deserve a funeral of an angel would have. These are two babies. I thought I had gotten over everything when the other two babies died in fire. So 6 months ago, the same school, and here's two more gone, and it's behind a fire. Please, I'm asking everybody. Right now, I'm here. I know everybody's going to do what they need to do, but I'm asking the community and all my friends and everybody else, we need the finance. Thank you, Timmy Lane, for taking. He's going to do the funeral, but we have to have the money to make sure. We need to bury some angels. That's what we're going to do, and I'm going to beg for it. And I will be, and I've already got permission from the superintendent, and I'm calling all of my friends, and I'm asking everybody, I don't care if it's $10, $2. I'm asking, I will be at the school board 9 to 11 Wednesday. Bring me your check. This is only fair. These babies, they do not have the finance, and to put them away, let's do it the way we can. They are angels that didn't know that this was going to happen. I'm hurting, and I know the parents are hurting, the grandmother, the mother, and all. But please, so I will be, and I'm going on the radio, TV, everything. brain mean what we can do, what we need to do. Thank y'all so much, but it's hurting me as a school board member to lose babies. These are my sweet babies, and y'all know how I feel about its babies.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Thank you all, and thank you all for being here. This concludes the press conference at this time. Are there any questions?
Are we dealing with two separate investigations? Is this now a homicide investigation because now that there are deaths involved connected to this? Or is this still just strictly an arson investigation?
It will be a joint investigation, the task force. There are equal amount of fire investigators and criminal homicide investigators. They'll be working jointly together and see where it leads. I hope that answers your question.
Chief Reese, what didn't add up in the initial investigation of the fire inside? Was it the accelerant, the amount of places, or just
So sure, we've our fire investigators, arson investigators have taken samples, sent them to the crime lab. Looking at some video, the fire spread very quickly, or it started very quickly, which would lead even an untrained eye to believe that there was possibly an accelerant used in this fire.
Okay. Was the point of origin inside or outside of the house, did you say?
As of right now, it has been left as undetermined, but we believe that it started right outside the front door near a front porch area.
Thank you.
Where were the girls at in relation to the house?
They were probably about the middle part of the home, near a bathroom area. We did notice several people getting out of a window that were able to self-extricate from that house fire, but these individuals were found near a bathroom area, about the middle part of the home.
So it seems as if they were trying to get out of the home?
Yeah, depending on where their bedroom is, and that's still looking into the investigation. We would have to determine whether or not they were trying to make it out or not. They were not in sleeping quarters at 1:30, 1:45ish in the morning. So it is believed that they were trying to make it out.
Just to be clear, this is an arson homicide investigation?
As of right now, yes, we're treating this, of course, arson investigation. But if it leads us to believe that whoever, and again, we'll say, or I'll say, it's a very coward-ass move, if that was what it was. And there's a special place for that individual, and the individual standing behind me to the left, to the right, or whatever, and to the public that I'm speaking to, we need to make sure that they make it to that special place. That's how strongly I feel about it.
Was it targeted to this house, or was this random?
Unknown until we get a lot of people to come in and start speaking. It's fine to do Facebook chatter. Come talk to us.
Correct.
318-673-7373, Crime Stoppers. Come talk to us.
Correct.
Are people talking? And what else do you need?
Of course, on social media, but we need, in order to build a solid case, and police chief would have to speak to that, in order to build a solid case to give to the DA's office, we need that information. Now's not the time to be cowards.
Correct.
Now's not the time to be a coward. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
Correct.
Now's not the time.
The coroner's office put out a release this morning and did not label it as a homicide. Do you expect that to change?
That is up to the coroner's office. We will be in contact with the coroner's office along with Shreveport Police, and we'll be providing them with as much information and details to this as possible, so that if it does get changed, they are well aware of all of the facts and why it's changing.
Chief, can you say that you do know or have some type of basis, a limited starting point on what you know so far, but you just need people to come in to kind of corroborate what is being said or what you guys have been able to figure out so far?
Correct. So put it like this. A fire on the front porch doesn't start with nobody on the front porch. Somebody had to have set the fire on near that front porch area.
And Chief, there isn't enough sufficient neighborhood video information to, I guess, know who might have started this. Not exactly know, but to point in that direction.
Not really. Again, there's a live video from a citizen that was just out there, and I really appreciate that person. We've been able to gather some information from that person just going live. Normally, I'm one of the people that's against going live on any type of crime scene instead of helping. But this individual with the live video, we hear comments in this video that we are following those leads now.
And this is the crew that first arrived?
Yes, all of these individuals, and this is just to tell you how hot it was and how how dangerous that incident was. As soon as they got to the front porch, every last one of them fell through the front porch. It had burned that fast and charred that wood to where, I hate to say, they look like little ducks. That one hit, another one fell as they extinguished this. I have to give it up to this crew. They did an excellent job. They got there very quickly. These are what we would consider some fire dogs. They got there very quickly, and of course, knowing that it was 1:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning, high suspicion that there are people inside of this home. Not only that, there were people outside already screaming. So they made their attempts. They gave them the best possible outcome for survival by getting in there very quickly and transporting them to the hospital.
How many people were in the home total?
As of right now, according to an individual that stays in the home, 3 adults and 5 children.
And did the neighbors try to make an ingress into the house to bring these people out, or the children? And so obviously they weren't successful.
Yeah, these were the individuals that helped save the people that were already in the home were the people that were in the home. We could see them on video coming out of windows, back doors. And there's, if I'm not mistaken, there was younger than that 4-year-old that was saved from that fire.
Chief, what does it say to see all of the support behind you, city leaders, so many different agencies standing behind you? Obviously, you're feeling this emotionally, but to see that so many other folks are feeling the same pain that you are,
Right.
What does it say about just this tragedy and what it means to try to find justice for these young girls?
Absolutely. So here's one thing. Everybody else can talk about Shreveport, but everybody else can talk about Shreveport, but you better not let any of us hear it. We may have disagreements behind closed doors and everything else. We don't always come to the same conclusion. However, when we stick together, that's what makes Shreveport. That's what makes Shreveport Shreveport. A child, 2 children, is what tugs at our hearts right now. School counselors having to go to Turner to talk to their classmates about 2 other individuals who have not made it. A family that is hurting. I got most of the information from the mother's Facebook page. That's how I knew both of her babies had been called. And just imagine that mother having to make the decision to take their children off of life support. Not one child. We're talking about 2 children. They were playing in the front yard Sunday during the day, skipping, twirling in a front yard, and not to be there that afternoon.
Speaking about those 2 children and Turner having to go through something like this again, how are the kids in school dealing with all this?
Well, first of all, we immediately had staff there to support not only the students, but also the administration team and you all. We have Dr. Webb, who's the principal at Turner, here today as well. It was very important for us to provide every assistance, whether that, first of all, just may be time. They needed time to ask questions. They needed time to be able to deal with this. But you're also looking at what's appropriate. And this was a pre-K class, and so we're going to ensure that that's handled appropriately and not share that information with others. But this is also a 2nd grade class. And if you look at this 2nd grade class, those 8-year-olds are going to wonder, where is my friend? Why isn't she here today? Not only are they going to wonder that, but that teacher, Ms. Bell mentioned, this is the 2nd fire incident where children have lost their lives at Turner. This teacher now is facing this again. She faced this just 6-8 months ago, and now she's having to answer 8-year-olds. Where's my friend? Where is she? And so we ensured that there are layers of support provided to that teacher, to those students, and to all of the support staff who love these kids.
What are some of those resources that they're seeing the children and the staff, everyone involved?
Well, first of all, we ensured that we didn't just rely on a school counselor. We sent grief support teams that have special training to be able to support the teachers and the students. We also ensured that we had our nonprofit and other community partners. We were able to call them in, and they're there and on standby for us. So it was a not only an internal support perspective, but it was also, as you know, Chief Reese said, this is a great community. And when something happens, we surround ourselves and circle the wagons around those in need. And that's just an example of what we saw with during this past week.
Are there any further questions?
Is the school anticipating holding like a memorial service for these children or anything in class or school?
No decisions have been made yet. I think our focus now is on prayer and supporting them through the grief process, ensuring that the services are held in an appropriate manner, that we, again, allow the families and them to grieve. If we feel additional activities and services will need to happen at Turner, I know that all of us will certainly support that. Again, we will do what's best.
Also invited to the press conference was the family of those two kids. Ms. Brianna, would anyone from the family like to say something before we close out? Okay. Thank y'all. That concludes the press conference.